All right, all right, all right. Well, we talked zero about what we're even talking about before you got on here,
It's all
so
right.
we're just gonna grip it and rip it. But the
Grip it
show,
and rip it. I like it.
the show, my friend, is the Creative Cash Flow Show.
The Korean cash flow show.
No, not Korean, creative.
I'm just messing with you.
Yeah, yeah. We're only in Korea. That's it.
Oh, I love it. Big
Just
audience.
just the north though. How'd we pull it
Okay,
off? I don't
okay.
know.
Hey, I don't think anyone's gonna be have any devices to listen, but I like where your head's at.
I
Very
don't know how
niche,
we
my
pulled it
friend.
off, but we're only in the north. That's it. Yeah, yeah. But yeah, man. So it's about lifestyle freedom and it's about money freedom, right?
I
And
love it.
so I want to have the best of the best out there who either have money freedom, who have lifestyle freedom, because it's not just about money. A lot of people think,
That's right.
right? Like, I mean, we had some of those conversations just a few weeks ago, right?
Yeah, you know what? I was doing a couple podcasts earlier today, and we were talking about this. And one of the
Hmm.
things that I had mentioned that my guest was like, "Man, it's crazy that you say it like that, and you describe it like that." But basically, what I was saying is if you ask 100 people
Yeah.
what their goal is, right? Like not necessarily today's goal or tomorrow's goal or even this month or even this year, but like what's their goal, right? Your main goal. Like, why do you get up every day and go to work? Like, what's the goal? And most people will say they want financial freedom. Like that's the goal, right? But
Hmm.
really what people want isn't financial freedom, it's time freedom. And they don't even know it, right? They
Totally.
want the financial freedom so they can have time freedom. But really the goal for most people is to be able to do what they want when they want, not have to drive to and from their job, not have to have a boss, and be able to spend time with their friends, their family when they want to do it. But the problem with time freedom is you have to have financial freedom in order to get time freedom. And those two things go hand in hand. But the point I'm trying to make is that most people don't even know that their goal is time freedom. And they may tell you
Right.
something like, oh, I want, $10,000 a month in passive income. But like, the whole Simon Sinek thing, like ask the
Hmm.
question why over and over and over again. And what you
Exactly.
will typically get down to that very last why is so I can have time freedom. So that's my goal. And that's
Hmm.
what I try to teach a lot of people is, my students and everything else is the ultimate goal, guys and girls, is time freedom. And that's
Totally.
what we really need to be moving forward. And of course, to enable to, to get that time freedom, you have to have financial freedom. So, yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and you know what? I'm not gonna I'm going to disagree with a tiny portion of that, just a tiny portion of that, because I think you could still have lifestyle freedom based on the business that you have or
Of
even the
course.
job you
Absolutely.
have, right?
Yeah.
To a degree. But yeah, I mean, you're totally right. That's everybody thinks I got to get this, and this, and then that gets all that stuff, and that's
Hmm.
that's not the case. You know what I mean?
That's not.
I mean, I might still have to work a few weeks in the next month, but if I get to do it from this vacation home or this vacation home or from
That's pretty
going to this
awesome.
city and, networking with my buddy or this new group, I'm still cool with that because that's part of my lifestyle. I like to get out and travel and meet new people and meet the people I'm working with and not just do Zooms like, hey, let's go rip it up, in St. Louis. Let's go. Right.
Yeah, buddy.
One of the things that blew my mind being at the Heroes event and why I was like, God, I gotta get David on here, was there's so many freaking ways to make money in real estate, and there's no right or wrong, and people are crushing in all these different avenues. And I think it's really cool how someone could be like, hey, I'm kind of an expert in X, but I've never done Y. Like, I've never flipped land before, I've flipped houses, I've flipped contracts, but I've never done that. And then someone else is like, oh, I'm crushing it here. And someone's like, well, I've never done what you do. How do you do that?
Hmm.
It's pretty cool,
Hmm.
right? It's pretty cool.
Absolutely. There's so many different ways. You're absolutely right.
There's a ton. There's a ton. And then there's affiliate income, right? There's people who are just getting income, which creates that lifestyle. It's coming in pretty much every month, right?
Hmm.
Regardless, maybe ebbs and
Hmm.
flows a little bit. And I'm like, God, who do I know that gets a good affiliate income? I'm like, hello, Mr. David
Yeah,
Dodge.
you want to talk about that today?
I kind of want to talk a little bit about that. Are
Let's
you cool
talk
with
about
that?
it, man. I'm an open book, buddy. I'll tell you anything and everything.
Yeah, I want to hear it. So here's the thing. I got a whole list of questions, but we're just gonna flow. We're
Yeah,
just gonna
let's
have
go.
fun.
Let's roll.
But you have and are growing your lifestyle freedom, your financial freedom. You're doing a lot of things that a lot of people would say, "Hey, that's pretty kick-ass. I'd love to be doing that and to have that." And you have property. You've actually crushed, like, from where you were. I'll let you tell your story better than I'm telling your story. But, like, where you kind of started a few years ago to what you got now. But the affiliate stuff, man, is pretty cool, because when you told me what you're making on affiliate income, and again, this isn't like you've been doing this for 10 years, right? It's a very short amount of time.
Yeah, I've really
And
been
how you
focused
got
on
it.
it. Yeah, I've been focused on it for probably, I don't know, maybe 4 at the most, at the absolute most. It's probably closer to 3 years that I've really been like,
Dude.
focusing on building it. And
Mhm.
I think as of right now, we're at about 19 grand a month in affiliate income, give or
So,
take.
so to those who don't know what affiliate income is, what is affiliate income?
So affiliate income is, in the simplest way for me to describe it is, let's say that, Jesse, you have a software, right? You
Hmm.
have a product,
Hmm.
and that product is $100 a month. And
Hmm.
hopefully that product gives tons of value to anybody and everybody that would have interest in buying or subscribing
Like a
to that
good
product.
product, not just a product, but a good product.
Yeah, a good product or
Absolutely.
service. But
Yep.
typically from what I've seen is it's a monthly reoccurring software, right?
Mm-hmm.
So me being an affiliate of them
Mm-hmm.
means that I'm going to go out and I'm going to market their product and service for them, right? And all the affiliate plays that I have, they
Mm-hmm.
are actually products and services that I use in my business. Maybe not daily, but mostly daily,
Mm-hmm.
but maybe weekly or even monthly. But regardless, I only promote things that I use and am a customer of.
Yeah.
So again, let's just say, as an example,
Just totally the right way to do it.
Jesse's got kick butt real estate CRM, right? Just as an example, that's the name of it. Kick butt real estate CRM. And it's like the best CRM, right? And it's kick butt, it's really cool.
It's number one in
And
Korea, bro. I mean,
it's number one in Korea, bro.
right? You know
I
this.
love it. I love it. But anyway, that CRM it's $100 a month.
Yeah.
So, I'm a customer of it and I love it. I think it's amazing. So I promote it to all my students and all my friends, and on Facebook and on Instagram and on YouTube. And maybe I have an email list that I will, market it out there, and, so on and so forth. And in exchange for me marketing the kick butt CRM that Jesse has, and again, this is an example product here, but maybe he'll create something, who knows? But in exchange for my promotions of that, Jesse is going to pay me 30% and that's just that's an average, right? Some of these affiliates will pay 10 or 15, some will pay 50, right? But on average, it's about 30%
Okay.
of the money that you are able to collect from my marketing efforts. So that means that you're going to have to give me a unique link that's unique to me to
Mm-hmm.
promote, or
Mm-hmm.
maybe a coupon code, or both.
Mm-hmm.
That whenever I'm promoting these softwares to people, and it's typically softwares, so you're going to pay me, roughly 30% to promote it. But the cool thing is most of the affiliates that I work with, they do it in perpetuity. It's not just like, oh, we'll pay you for 6 months or a year. Now, there are some that are like that,
Okay.
but my favorite ones are the ones that pay me in perpetuity. So if I bring, customer, let's say I bring my partner, Mike, and I'm like, hey, Mike, we should, you should use this. I'm using it. You should use it. And Mike's like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, cool. How do I sign up? And I send Mike a link, and it's my unique link, and he signs up. Jesse didn't have to pay any upfront cost to acquire that customer. Instead, he's
Correct.
paying me every month a portion of that revenue. So the advantage for the companies, and I'm very transparent,
Mm-hmm.
batch services is my number one affiliate, batch leads, batch dialer, batch skip tracing, and
So,
go
and
ahead.
who's using these? So we know. So people that are
Yeah, yeah.
watching, listening,
So yeah,
who's using
so
those services?
so I'm a real estate investor. I
Oh.
focus on buying properties at a discount and marketing direct to seller. So all of the people that I promote it to are either students or other real estate investors, or I don't necessarily want to say wannabe investors, but people that are getting in the game, or maybe they're
Mm-hmm.
in the game, right? So it's
Totally.
essentially just people using these services. So Batch is a big one, PropStream's another one. Almost every real estate CRM, like our example, does affiliate marketing. Deal Check is another one we use. easier accounting, Riva Global VA services. I mean, basically any and all services that I use in my business, I reach out to them and I say, hey, do you guys pay affiliate commissions? And most of them already do. There has been a couple that I've introduced them to it.
Oh,
but
nice.
Here's the advantage of it, Jesse, is, let's say that you're brand new and you got Jesse's kick butt real estate CRM, but you have 0 customers. Well, you can get loud in your own network and on your own socials, and you're going to hopefully sign some people up, but you're going to be limited. So the other way that you can go about doing it is you can spend a bunch of money on marketing. It could be online marketing. It could be radio, TV, billboards. It could be whatever, but you're going to have to fork up a bunch of money in advance to gain customers. Well, the affiliate game is paid on the back end. So there's 0 money paid to David, in advance to go acquire customers. I only get paid a percentage of revenue that I help your company gain. So at this point, I'm basically helping, if you think about it, I'm making about $19,000 a month. But what that really means, is that I've helped. It's really awesome, man. It's every month. It's like on autopilot. It's really the only passive income that I like, truly passive income that I create or earn every month. Like, yes, real estate is classified, like the rental property, it's classified by the IRS as passive, but we all know it's not passive. Like, you're still managing property, you're still managing property managers, you're still managing tenants, or whatever else that it may be. Maybe it's you managing your staff in order to get that income, right? But affiliate income is like truly passive. So, but here's the thing. Just because I'm making 19 grand a month, that's cool. And we're going to scale that up hopefully to 6 figures in the next few years, a month. But you got to think, I'm helping all of these other companies that I use. Again, I'm a customer of all of them, generate $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 a month in reoccurring revenue for their business. So they are more than happy to kick back, roughly 20,000, 30% back to me, because they had 0 acquisition cost in the beginning. So instead of them spending a ton of money, again, on all these different marketing platforms and sources and social media and mass media to gain a customer, they don't pay $1 to gain the customer. I go to work on behalf of them. And then in exchange, they pay me a percentage every single month. So it's awesome. I love it. I mean, affiliate marketing is like changed my life, man. It's crazy.
So if anyone's watching and listening right now, and you're thinking what I'm thinking, I already had this thought when we talked about this a couple of weeks ago together in person, but this is what blows my mind. You are a real estate investor, and you're a wholesaler, right? You're a rehabber. You're a landlord. You have properties, right? Do you mind sharing roughly how many properties do you have right now?
I have 60 single family rental properties, and I have another 30 units, in apartments. So I have a 23 unit. And then I got a couple 2s and 4s kind of randomly in there. So we got about 90 units in total.
That's awesome, dude. That is awesome, man.
It's crazy though, because the real estate,
the
rental property in itself, generates roughly about 20 grand a month in passive income. And my affiliates bring in roughly that too. So, gross income from rental properties plus affiliates. And again, I refer to both of these as passive, even though the affiliates is much more passive. It's about 40K a month. So, do the math, and that's about $500,000 a year that we're bringing in on autopilot. It's amazing.
Well, and what I love, someone's like, wait a minute, hold on. So you're a real estate investor, and then you just buy these services to build and enhance and grow your real estate business, right? It's not like you said, this wasn't a game plan, right? I don't think so. Was this ever a game plan?
It wasn't in the beginning, but now,
because you were using them, you're paying for them anyways.
So in the beginning, so it started out with like REI Black Book, PropStream, and Deal Machine. Those are like my main 3 in the beginning. And I was using all of those in my business. I was using REI Black Book for a CRM and dispositions. I was using Deal Machine to drive for dollars, and I was using PropStream to pull lists and run comps, right? Like, a lot of listeners are probably using 1, 2, or if not all 3 of those already. Totally. So I'm using these in my business, right? And my number one goal out the gate, Jesse, wasn't to make money. It was, how do I get these services for free? So I started just looking, and most of these softwares, especially all 3 that I just mentioned, they are more than happy to pay affiliate commissions if you can help them build their customer base and build their top line, their gross revenues, right? So all of them had these, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to just start just kind of getting loud. I mean, that's really what it is. It's just getting loud about the fact that I use these services. And then whenever somebody reaches out to me via phone, text, email, Facebook, Instagram, whatever, messages, and they say, hey, Dave, what's your opinion of Deal Machine, for example? And I'll say, oh my goodness, I love it. It's such an amazing software. It's super cost effective. And it helps me get at least a deal or two a month. Hey, by the way, if you want to check it out, they do offer 7-day free trials. And all you got to do is just go download the app. Oh, and by the way, use code Dave, DAVE, when you sign up. So there's an incentive there too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Use code Dave when you sign up. And if you use that code, if you don't want to use the code, don't use the code. I don't really care. I do care, but I don't at the end of the day. But if you do use that code, you're going to get $15 worth of free deal credits that you can then use for skip tracing or direct mail. It's free money. So if you don't use the code, you're not getting free money. If you use the code, you get free money.
They use the code, they win from it, you win because obviously.
So they win, they get $15 worth of free money to go skip trace or send some mail and test the app out. Yeah. And then I get credit for bringing that customer in because they used either my link or my code. So I'll usually try to send them the link because that's foolproof. They don't even need a code. It's just use the link, they get the $15 free credit. Yeah. But if I am like on a podcast like this, where they may not have the link, hey, go download Deal Machine, use code Dave, DAVE, and you get $15 in free credit. And you get a 7-day free trial too. So I always tell people, hey, even if you don't necessarily want to use this for a long term, check it out because you might fall in love and then you're going to love it. But after 3 or 4 days, if you don't like it, cancel. It's a 7-day free trial. And you're out nothing. And most of these softwares, they'll either give you a 7-day free trial, they'll give you, free credits to use, or they'll give you 20, 30, 50% off your first month. So by using your or my affiliate link or your or my affiliate code, when they check out, there's an incentive. They either get a discount or they get some sort of special perk. So that's how we're able to get people to us, basically assigned to our account as, the fact that we were able to help bring that customer to.
So you started out using these softwares, software as a service is what, they call it in the biz, right? In the industry as a SaaS company. And there's a lot of them and I've used all of them, pay for them, right? Deal Machine's awesome. PropStream's awesome. Ari Black Book killer, right? And so these are top-notch services that you kind of, I don't want to say necessarily need, but you really should be using if you truly want to be in the real estate investing business anyways. So you're using it, and you're like, oh, this is cool. And then I love it. Your goal is, can I just get it for free, right? Can I just have this as it paid for an expense that I don't have to pay for? Then you realize you started making money and then you're making
so the number one goal was to get it for free. That was the goal.
But you're making money every month now, more than a lot of real estate investors make on their properties.
It's crazy.
By advertising the services to get the properties.
Yeah. And I say, so let me give you even a little bit more level of transparency here. So I probably spend that 18 or 19. I think it's about 19 right now. That 19 is gross income. It's not net because I do pay these companies as well. I'm a customer. Yep. And a lot of these companies have in-app spends. You can spend extra money in the app, on top of your monthly bill for direct mail or skip tracing or whatever it may be, more phone minutes, whatever it is. So I probably spend about $2,000 a month on all of these different services that I promote, but they pay me 19. So that's a net of 17,000. Come on. So in the beginning, it was anyways. Like 100%. And in the beginning, the goal was like, hey, I don't even care necessarily to make money like that. Maybe that's the second goal, right? But the first goal was just like, how do I get that $2,000 a month in ad spend or in spend on services? Most of these are software as a service. They're SaaS services. How do I get that to break even or paid for? Yeah. And then, it didn't take me that long to get my affiliates up to about $2,000. And then I'm thinking, well, shoot, now that I got these services paid for free, like the sky's the limit. And every new customer I gain's an extra $20, $30, $50, a month that I get paid from them. And there's so many different ways to do it. Right. So, basically all social media I leverage to promote these services. I have an email
paid or
list.
Organic.
I was doing paid ads for a little while, but I wasn't seeing massive results from it. So I've scaled back to just organic at this point. Yeah.
That's
So all
crazy.
social media, posting, reels, posts,
Mhm.
lives, all that stuff. I do have an email list that, that we send out, daily tips and tricks. I also have an SMS list that I send out daily tips and tricks. So, 4 or 5 days out of 7 will be, actually 5 or 6 out of 7 will be, value, like, oh, hey guys, check out this, or here's a tip, or here's a case study. And then usually once or twice a week,
Mhm.
I'll send out an email or a text just saying, hey guys, I'm using Deal Machine and I just got a deal from it. You guys should check it out. Use this link. You get $15 for free. So, I'm using these different vehicles like email and SMS to market.
Mhm.
Also in my courses,
Mhm.
there's tons of affiliate plays in there. But again, they're not just me promoting services that
Yeah.
I'm not using. I'm using every one of these services. So in the beginning, that was the play, but now I'm getting a little savvier. And like, for example, a couple months ago, I was like, I need a new VA or another VA. And I'm
Yeah.
thinking, all right, well, instead of just going out and hiring some random VA, let's let's do some research into VA companies that pay affiliates. And again,
Right.
goal number 1 was, how do I get a free VA? And then
Yeah.
goal number two is how do I make money off of this VA company? But I'm still working on goal number 1 with, so Riva Global,
Mhm.
great company.
Mhm.
My affiliate link, they didn't even really have specific affiliate links. Here's another thing. Sometimes they'll give you these links that are like, riva.com / and then like 10 random numbers and letters.
Yeah.
And like,
Yeah.
that's really hard to remember. So what
Totally.
you can do, here's a pro tip. Go into GoDaddy, buy a vanity domain and forward it to your affiliate domain. So like, for
Mm.
example, my Riva affiliate link is riva.team, right?
Riva.team.
Riva.team. Hey, you need to build a team. Riva's the people to go to. Go use riva.team and it'll forward you over to a landing page that they built for me, which is riva.com / a bunch of random nonsense that you can never remember. But
Yeah.
it gets them there though. If they use so I don't ever promote that link that they send. I promote my own that
Yeah.
auto forwards.
That
So it's
you
just a
own, that you
vanity
created.
URL. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Yep. I
But
love
my
it.
goal with them
A
was,
great
hey, I
tip.
want to hire a VA. I'm going to promote them and I want that VA to be paid for. And
Mhm.
then once I accomplish goal number 1, then I can keep scaling it and not only have a free VA, but maybe they'll pay me 500 or 1,000 or multiple thousands dollars a month. So in the beginning, it started out with just the services I was using. Now I'm a little bit more strategic about it. Again, I don't promote anything I don't use, but I may not sign up for something if there's an alternative that has the affiliate play, because it's like I can't get that first one to break even or pay me if they
Yeah.
don't have affiliate marketing. So I'm a little bit more selective with who I work with now. But
Yeah.
regardless, the main thing, Jesse, is all the things that I promote
Mhm.
are services that I'm a customer of. I have an account. I pay monthly as well.
Yeah,
So
yeah, you're selling what you're buying, and you're a customer first, which I think is huge because there's probably some people out there that aren't, and they're saying, "Hey, go use X, Y, and Z company because they're fantastic." Maybe they don't even use them, which I think is horrible. So I love the
an
transparency, and
easy
I love
way,
the honesty with it.
yeah.
Yeah.
An easy way to try to think of the best way to word this. An easy way to compile all your affiliate links and to
Hmm.
market them is to just build a simple web page
Hmm.
that has all of what I like to refer to as your secret weapons. So
Ooh, I
like
like that.
whenever a new student signs up, for any type of a coaching or something like that, I send them an email and I say, hey, you're probably going to ask, because you probably, hired me because you want to be and or do the things that I do, be like me or do the things that I do. You're going to
Hmm.
ask all the services and softwares and tools that I use. So here's all of my weapons. Here's all of my secret weapons. So for example, discountpropertyinvestor.com / David is just a simple domain that I can easily remember. But when you go there, it has a bunch of links on there. And if you click on the secret weapons, you can see that I have 7, 8, 9, I think there's 9 or 10 of them on here at this point, of all the services and softwares that I use. And it's just an
Beautiful.
easy way for you. So hopefully you can mimic that,
Yeah.
and make something similar. You can use Linktree, you can use ClickFunnels, you can use WordPress, you can use Wix, whatever. Just create a simple landing page that
That
has
has
all the
everything
different
on it.
secret weapons. I mean, I refer to it as my toolkit. I
Yeah.
refer to it as my secret weapons. It's the same thing,
Yeah.
right? So that's
Yeah.
just a
I love
pro
it.
tip on how to easily keep all of it organized and how to market it without having to just do one at a time. I can market 9 links with 1 link,
Dude, that's a huge tip. That's a huge tip. I love that. Well, and especially, the vanity domain. Like, for example, I've got an Acuity link. I've been using this for years, but it's called jesse.net, right? Now, I can't take credit for discovering that. I can take credit for seeing someone smarter than me who was doing that. And I said, I like that idea, right? But I'm not going to go to acuity blah, 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 blah. You're going to call jesse.net and that redirects right there. So you're saying the same thing, but then you're compiling them all into one site, which is super smart. And then you're giving a little pizzazz with, David's secret weapons, which it is. And I love it because it's what you're using in your business, whether you had no one else doing it or not. You're already doing it, but then you're making this extra revenue on it, which is crazy. And again, you're getting the cash flow like an investor selling the services that you're paying for anyways to go get
and
the
I'm not even really selling them. I'm just promoting them. And I guess
I shouldn't say
that's
you're really
the
not
same
selling.
thing in a way. But I'm not getting on the phone with people and
no.
Trying to force them to buy or sign up. I do encourage, but it's really more of a promotional thing. But here's the cool part about these affiliates, man. There's no taxes. I mean, there is on your income, but there's no property taxes, right? Like I have to pay with my rentals. There's no property management. There's no tenant evictions. There's no utilities. There's no turns. There's no having to come out of pocket because a tree fell on the house. I mean, it's truly passive, truly. And once I sign somebody up, if they're a customer for 10 years, I get paid 30%. And that's an average. Some are less, some are more, but I get paid 30% of what they pay that company every month in perpetuity. I mean, it's just crazy.
So then the next question, man, the next question is, right? You're not doing this from 10 people. You're not doing this from 20 people. You got a lot of people that are coming through your world and that are using these services. So how did you get to that many people to come through? Because someone else is saying, wait a minute, I don't want to deal with tenants, toilets, and trash. I love what this guy's doing. But you got to have enough bodies.
So if I was to say the average affiliate commission is $30 and I take 19,000 and I divide that by $30, that's 633 people essentially that I've had. And that's not total. It's probably 1,000 because people quit and they cancel and they move on. But I got 633 active people that I have been able to successfully promote and encourage them to go use these services and softwares. But I'm not just doing it for the greed of me wanting to make money. I'm promoting Deal Machine because it kicks butt.
Yeah.
Like it truly is a kick butt software.
But when I'm saying, I get that 100%. I love that.
Yeah. So it's like, hey guys,
all of these anyways.
So here's an easiest way to do it. If you're using any software that offers an affiliate and that software helped you save time, save money, or make money, once you do a deal and you figured out, hey, I've saved time, made money, saved money, whatever, by using this app, go make a post and just say, hey, I just bought this property. I used Deal Machine. I drove for dollars. Amazing. We're going to fix it up and flip it and make 30 grand. If you're not using Deal Machine, you're nuts. Go check it out. Oh, by the way, they offer 7-day free trials. And if you use code Dave or use the link in this post, you get $15 worth of free credit to play with it. And then I'll encourage them to skip trace their neighbor, skip trace their cousin's house, send some example postcards to their house to see what they look like so they can touch them, feel them, and get comfortable. And, so I'm promoting, but it's really business first.
Oh, totally.
Promotion second, I'm using Deal Machine as an example.
You're sharing it. You're just talking about it.
I'm doing is
doing it and you're sharing what you're doing.
Yeah. And at the end of the day, these softwares are saving me money. They're making me money. They're making my life more efficient. And, I kind of feel like I'm doing a disservice to people by not talking about them and not sharing them. So to answer your question though, let's circle back. Your question was, how are you able to scale it so high? And I have basically put out some free products into the marketplace that capture emails, and we'll hit them again with emails or SMSs, like I do daily tips and tricks, but then of course, once or twice a week, we'll promote something that we're using that's making us money. So 2 examples are freewholesalecourse.com. It's a free course. Anybody that's listening can go take that course. It's free. Now,
freewholesalecourse.com.
freewholesalecourse.com. And we also have freelandlordcourse.com. affiliate.com. So they're just free courses.
Yep.
And there's tons of value in those courses. We essentially teach you how to wholesale a property for free in that course. We're going to capture your email and we're going to hit you with a drip and you're going to be added to the list. You can opt out at any time, of course.
Yep.
But you're going to start getting promotional emails from me for all the services that I'm using because they're making me money. Why wouldn't I want to share that information with you? But then additionally, in that actual free course, there's going to be videos of me showing people how to wholesale and how to find leads and how to drive for dollars. Oh, and by the way, I'm using Deal Machine to do it. So if you want to do like I do, I recommend and encourage everybody to do so. Use this link to download the app. So there's lots of different ways that we're able to do it. But the best way that I found is to offer a free product. And then in that product, have tutorials and demos that link to those links and or capture emails so that I can then market to those people. And that's really what has driven the growth for us to get to almost 20K a month in affiliates is by offering free products to people.
Dude.
Free.
Yeah.
So it's like a win-win. So not only do they get to learn for free, but then they get to see the services that we're using. We've done 700 wholesale deals, 200 BRRRR deals. We have 90 units right now. So it's like, you're doing I consider myself to be an expert. I know how to flip a house. I've done it 700 times. If you want to skip the mind-numbing process of learning from scratch, here's 5-6 softwares that I use that make my life tremendously easier. You should probably check these out to make your life easier too. So
absolutely. Well, one thing you mentioned before, man, and I love it. And I got a question on the course and the affiliate. And I think I know the answer, but I'm going to ask you first. But one thing you said before that I love is you have students, right? You have students. I have students, right, with my business. So our students, right, look and say, hey, I want to get to where you're at or above where you're at. And I hope they do, right? It's like a teacher. We hope all of our students kill it. I hope like you're crushing it.
100%.
And I'm learning from you, right? But they're saying, hey, I want to have that many doors. I want to have that many units. I want to have that much cash flow coming in. And so again, you're honestly doing them a disservice by not sharing this with them because that's 19K a month coming in, 17 net after you pay for what you're using. So you should be sharing this with them because they want
I encourage them to promote these softwares too. Anybody can create an affiliate account. I mean, there's some services that you can create an affiliate account without even being a customer. I don't recommend you do that because then you're just selling. You're not promoting. Right?
I agree. Yeah.
But
if you're not willing to use it, you shouldn't really be pitching it.
Yeah, 100%. I don't ever have to. That's the thing. I mean, really, it's like, hey, I just made money on a deal and I use this software. You guys interested to learn more?
This is how I got that.
This is how I got that. You want to do it too? Use that. Right. So, but I encourage all of them to promote it as well, because I am friends with most of the owners of these companies at this point, they
love you. I'm sure
basically all of the ones I mentioned, I'm on first name basis with the owners, or I talk with them several times a year at different events or whatever the case is. So, I mean, they love the fact that I'm bringing customers to them. And I love the fact that they're rewarding me monthly by giving me a portion of that revenue. I mean, it's such a win-win. Yeah. And you'll 100%. Notice that, some of the fastest growing internet companies, especially in the real estate space, they leverage affiliate marketing heavily because they don't have to go spend $100,000 or in some cases $500,000 a month on marketing. They can just find 10, 20, 30 influencers that have email lists or have decent social media accounts, or just investors that are using their app that are crushing it. Yeah. And they can say, hey, bring us more customers. We'll pay you. And, oh, by the way, we're not going to pay you once. We're going to pay you every single month for each customer that you bring us in perpetuity. So it's like, okay, it's a no-brainer.
There's so many ways to make money, period. And there's so many ways to make money in real estate. And this is not even one of those things where this isn't even real estate based. I mean, obviously we're in real estate, but you could be doing for any SaaS company, any software as a service, for all sorts of different things, right? For products, for services. And again, some people are going, wait a minute, hold on. Like, you didn't have to create the business you didn't create PropStream. You didn't create REI Black Book. You didn't have to go invest millions of dollars or hundreds of thousands. I don't want anything
to do with trying to create all those things.
You don't have the payroll for them.
And the developers and all the team and staff and office. No way. But I love that they do.
Some people I'm not creative. I can't do that. Like, you don't have anything to do with their business. You simply say, I use it. It's working for me. Maybe it works for you. Try it out. You got nothing to lose.
And you'd be surprised, man. There, like, I'm going to look at my list right here. So like,
Yeah.
here's a couple different people so REI Black Book, Deal Machine, and Batch we had mentioned, right? But PropStream's another one, of course.
And all great services too.
Yeah. So there's a company that I work with that does pay-per-click pay-per-click management. So he's got an affiliate. He pays me a couple $100 a month. There is an accounting and legal firm that I work with called Easier Accounting, and they'll do bookkeeping, they'll do tax filings, they'll even do LLC creations. So a lot of people that are brand new, they need those things. And it's like, okay, I'm working with them. I pay them every month. So, if I'm going to recruit for them or refer their business, of course I want to get a kickback from them. So that's great. I mentioned the virtual services company, the virtual assistant company. And then there's a whole handful of other ones that we use as well. But again, all of them, I'm a customer. I pay them myself. I use them, maybe not daily. A lot of them I do use daily. But like Batch Dialer is a great one. It's a multi-line dialer. So if you're going to be getting into the cold calling game, or even if it's not you that's doing it and you hire VAs to do it, you're going to need a service and a software to have that. So it's like, I'm going to promote them. And PropStream, got a great app, lists, comps, all these things. I'm going to promote it. So yeah, all the above.
Dude, that's huge. So, okay. So someone's listening to this right now going, either I've never heard of affiliate income in my life. I don't know what this is, right? Maybe this is new to them. And they're saying, but I like the sound of this. How the heck do I get rolling? Or somebody says, you know what? I totally know what affiliate income is. I know friends that are doing it, or maybe I do it on a tiny, tiny scale, but you're blowing my mind because I'm just trying to hustle to get these doors and get these units to get the passive income while you're already doing it, right? So what would you say would be your like top 3 steps, if you could think of that, to get somebody rolling in it right now? I mean, you already kind of gave it away, but to summarize it.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. Like, so first and foremost, don't just get a product to promote it. Like, use it. Like, start there, because people are going to be able to see past your BS.
Like, what are you already using that's working?
So start there. Look at what you're already using, and I guarantee
you like, and that is successful.
Oh my God! I mean, at this point, like almost all of these services and companies, like MailChimp, I think that like if you bring them a customer from your link, they'll give you $5. Right? I know Robinhood does it. Coinbase does it. All these big companies do it. They want you to spread the word, and they're going to pay you to do so. Now, Robinhood and Coinbase, as an example, they don't pay you monthly. They just give you $5 or $10 to bring the customer. But a lot of these, real estate related softwares and apps, it's monthly. It's in perpetuity.
It's beautiful.
So it's just amazing. So yeah, number one, start with what you already got. And look and see if they do affiliate marketing. And your number one goal should be what my number one goal is: break even. It's not even to make money. That wasn't the goal. I mean, I probably spent 3 or 4 months, working really hard promoting these services just to break even. And then when I got to that point, I'm like, well, shit, the sky's the limit.
Why would I stop here?
So then number 2 is, so number 1 is look at what you got already, see if they have an affiliate, and then start promoting. And then number 2 is just get loud. Literally, like, get loud about it. Tell your friends, whenever I'm at RIAs, people will come up to me all the time and they'll be like, Dave, what are you doing to get leads and deals? And I'll literally pull out my phone and pull up an app or two and be like, look, this is it. How awesome is this? And then they'll like go to download it right away. And I'll be like, oh, you want $15 worth of free credits in there? And they're like, yeah. It's like, oh, use my name as a code, and they're like, really? And I'm like, yeah. So just get loud. Use email, use social media, use networking, get loud. If nobody knows you're in business, how are they going to do business with you? Exactly. It's the same way when you're promoting a product or a service. If nobody knows that you stand behind them and love them and use them, they're not going to know that. So number 1 is look where you're already using products. Number 2 is get loud with those products.
I love it.
And then number 3 is share successes. You know what I'm saying? So you can get loud, but that may or may not necessarily work well. But what does work really well is getting loud and then being passionate, because I just used this service or product to go make $20,000. People love to hear about wins and successes and case studies.
Absolutely.
So any opportunity I have, I got this new rental, right? Well, it was from a cold call. Well, I'm not just going to stop there. I'm going to say it was a cold call from a VA that I got from Riva, and they're using Batch Dialer. Oh, and by the way, you're looking for a VA, go to riva.team and you can use the same VAs I use. Oh, and if you're looking for a dialer, I can save you 50% on your first month by using batchdialer.com/Dave. So you just have these little links, you have these coupon codes. So you gotta get loud, but you also want to just use your successes. That would be number 3. Use your successes, use your wins to promote. Nobody likes people that are just constantly promoting. Like we all know that it works girls, or on guys and girls per se, but mostly girls on Facebook. It's kind of a couple years ago, but they're all like, oh, it works. This is great. Everybody should use it. Yeah. Well, that's one way of doing it, but guess what's a better way to doing it? Showing before and after pictures.
Absolutely.
That's a success. People are like, holy cow, if you can do it, I can do it.
People want to see behind the curtains.
They want to see behind the curtain. So share your wins, share your successes, share your case studies, and then you sprinkle in those affiliates in there. And everybody knows that I promote affiliate marketing. That's in my inner circle. Everybody knows, because every social media post, not every, but most, I'm like, oh, by the way, go use this app, or go sign up for this, or go sign up for that. Yeah. But I do it because I want other people to know that these softwares and these products and these services kick butt. Well, and they can help you. They can help you make money. They can help you save money.
If I know you just made 30 grand on a house, why would I not want to get the same damn thing you're using?
Yes.
If you did it, that's what I want to do. Let me find someone who's already done what I'm trying to do, right? If I'm somebody new, and just go do what they're freaking doing. That's it.
That's exactly right. Everybody knows that you can make money flipping houses, but not everybody knows how to make money flipping houses. Absolutely. The what and the how are two different things. So the what is the basic thing, right? But the how is typically not much more than step 1, 2, and 3. And step 1 might be you need this software to help you. And you don't necessarily need softwares and apps to be successful.
I was just gonna say you don't need it.
You don't need any of it, right? I mean, I got a friend who's super successful, and all he uses is Google Sheets and his cell phone. That's it. He don't pay a single subscription. Wow. Right? Yeah. But if you want to scale your business and scale your team and have processes, these softwares, these apps, these services will enable you to do so.
Well, and it's almost like you're 10xing it in the sense, because it's helping you get the deals, which is the money, right? But it's also helping you, like you just said. I was going to just hit on this, so you perfect kind of segue. But it's the lifestyle freedom, because now you have a team, right? Because we all know if you stop working for a week or a month, you go to the Bahamas and you come back and you have no more money in your bank, you don't have a business, right? You are self-employed. Okay, so a business is running with or without you. And so by having these tools that, number 1, are working, number 2, you're sharing. So you're doing the right thing by sharing it, because why wouldn't you? You'd share it if you got nothing, but you're getting paid and you're sharing, right? Which is cool. But you're helping people get to that place where they actually have a business. And that then goes back to the whole freedom, lifestyle freedom, right? And financial freedom, because now they have the business going on and you have leverage and you have scale. And so many people are kind of stuck at this point. Like, hey, I've got some successes in my life, but I'm not where I want to be, where I should be, where I can be. And that's a whole nother topic, which we could definitely get into, now we're at another time, but scaling and people and personnel and systems and leverage and tools. And that's when, life gets really, really fun.
That's when it allows you to either do more business, or my personal favorite is, I'm not even looking to necessarily grow at exponential rates. Instead, I want to be able to maintain, but constantly work less. So more isn't more, less is more. So, if you were to ask me, what the most successful guy in the room looks like, I would say the guy that does the least amount of work that makes enough to be happy. You don't have to necessarily be the richest guy in the room or to make the most amount of income, because most of those people are working their butts off. I mean, they're working 80, 90 hours a week. And to me, that doesn't look like success. To me, success is making enough, but doing very, 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 very little to make enough. Right. So like, I obviously want to grow my rental portfolio. I obviously want to grow my affiliate income, and I obviously want to grow my bottom line, my net profit. But if I'm going to have to, trade my entire life and living every waking hour to do those things, it's not worth it. No. So to me, it's like, of course I want to continue to grow, but I'm willing to grow at a slower rate and to be happy and to work less. And, it's like, you always hear that, you've probably heard this before, like try to be 1% better every day. Well, I love that. I flip it. I want to work 1% less every single day than I did the day before.
Absolutely.
And eventually you're going to get to the point where you're not working at all and you have all this passive income coming in, which creates financial freedom, which again, we talked about this in the beginning, leads to time freedom. That's the goal. I mean, time freedom is really what I want at the end. It's not millions and millions of dollars.
No.
You know, that sounds nice, but here's the thing about having millions and millions of dollars. You can lose all of it.
Absolutely.
You know, I want enough to be able to go do whatever I want, whenever I want, and not have to ask permission.
If you're working 60, 70, 80, 90 hours a week just to feed the engine, that's,
that's awful.
200,000 in ads and marketing and team and staff and payroll. So you can, bring home 20 grand.
I met a guy like that last week that spends $30,000 a month on radio, television, and billboards. So he's all mass media, and he does some direct mail too. Okay. And I'm sitting here thinking that's really cool. It sounds amazing.
Sounds cool.
Sounds cool, but you got to go do 2 or 3 deals unless you can do 30K deals. You got to go do 2 or 3 deals a month just to feed the engine, like you said. That stresses me out.
Right.
That stresses me out big time. I spend $2,000 a month on my softwares and subscriptions and some marketing, and maybe another $2,000 a month on marketing. So I'm at about 4. But my affiliates are quadruple that, 5 times that. My passive income from my real estate's 4 or 5 times that. It's like, I don't necessarily want to triple down on my marketing, because then I just got to go do more deals to break even on that. So less is more, man. That's the lesson here today. Less is more.
Well, and what you're doing too, which I love, and think about this, guys, is what you're doing feeds each other, right? It feeds each other because you're getting more properties by using these awesome companies that deliver true value. Then you're sharing that with people so they can go do the same thing. So you're giving back by teaching and sharing. You're saying, this is what I do. I'm successful with this. Then it gets more affiliate income. And that more affiliate income brings more money to put into your pocket so you can buy more real estate. And pretty soon, guys, this is called a snowball, right? And this is momentum. And, I would say momentum is scary and it's amazing, because when you have negative and bad momentum, it can seem really, really tough, right?
It spirals down, but it can spiral up too, though.
But when it starts going the other way, man, that snowball just gets bigger, bigger, faster, faster. Instead of pushing it up the hill like you maybe did for the first couple of years, now that sucker's going downhill. And it's just this beautiful cycle where, you get it here, you put it there, it grows there, you put it here. So you're doing the right things, man. You're doing some really, really smart stuff. I love it.
It's very cool, man. I definitely highly encourage anybody and everybody to get into real estate, because there's so many different ways to make money in real estate.
So many.
And then if you're paying for services and softwares, guys, get loud about them. Use case studies, talk about your wins, promote those. Again, goal number 1 isn't to make money necessarily. It's to break even, right? And then, and it took me several months to break even, But after I got there, I was, how liberating that is to know that you have $2,000 a month that you used to be spending, and you still have access to all those tools, but you don't have to pay them anymore.
That's huge.
Here's the thing. You do have to pay them, but they pay you back.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
It doesn't offset like in real time. You got to still pay it, but you get it back 3 weeks later every time. So it's like, well, now all of a sudden I don't have to come out of pocket necessarily at the end of the month, if you zero it out, to use all these tools that are going to go make me 20, 30, 50 grand on a deal, So dude, it's amazing.
Well, and one thing too, I want to talk about in Dean Graziosi. I'm sure you follow Dean, you know of Dean. I was in his mastermind with him and Brendan Burchard, a bunch of awesome killer entrepreneurs from all over the world. But one thing that Dean's super passionate about, and I love this, is you got to get behind selling and marketing, because if you have a product or service and you have a solution that's going to help better someone's life, right? If you had the cure for cancer, but you're like, oh, I don't like to sell. I get scared. I get scared to talk to people. What if they don't like me? What if they don't like you have the cure for cancer? You are literally doing a disservice to every freaking person on earth by not sharing that I've got the cure for cancer. Okay. Now, I'm not saying what we're doing is the same thing by any means, but when you have something that can help get people what they want, right? Freedom, get out of their job they hate, right? Maybe just help pay for the kids' college, maybe pay for that vehicle, maybe take that extra vacation that they need to keep their marriage together.
I've learned this the hard way over the last couple months, but
you're doing a disservice by keeping it to yourself.
Sales is the number 1 skill that of any and all entrepreneurs, and like it or not, I've been an entrepreneur for 15 years, and I learned this the hard way just a couple months ago, that the one skill that I don't personally think that I'm that great at is selling. I say this, I know, but I'm literally like right now, like nights and weekends, instead of going home and watching Netflix, I'm taking courses and reading books on how to be a better salesperson, because that's the number 1 skill that we really need at the end of the day, is selling. So,
dude, I love that. And actually, I got a list of questions. I love more of what we're talking about, frankly. It's better stuff. But a couple of questions I did want to ask you, because
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think it's always
Let's
good
do it.
for
Let's do a
people to
fire
know.
round, baby. Let's go. Lightning round.
Lightning round. I've got an idea for my lightning round here that's going to come up, but I can't say it just yet. But
That's okay.
good. It's
Yep.
good, man. But no, reading and listening. What are you reading right now? What are you listening to? What are you watching?
Yeah, so I'm listening and reading again about sales. I'm taking a course right now. I think it's by Mike Dillard. It's about webinars and
Ooh, yep.
selling and automation. So that's really been fascinating and interesting to me. I just got finished reading 2 books, and I read them both 3 times back to back.
Oh,
The
wow.
first one was Who Not How.
Oh, did I tell you? I told you
Amazing.
that one, didn't I?
You might have, yeah. It's an
I think I
amazing
did.
book. Love it. Literally read it 3 times.
Yes.
And then the other one that I just finished for the 3rd time, I might even start it on the 4th time. It's so good. It's called Essentialism,
Ooh.
and it's the pursuit of less. Again, less is more. I keep coming back to that. Less is so much more. More is more whenever you're talking about a couple things, right? But for the majority of things
Mhm.
in life, less is more, right? You don't necessarily need more. If you can do less with more.
Yeah.
Yeah. So essentialism is
More
highly
or less.
encouraged, highly recommend. And then of course, Who Not How. And then again, number 3 would be anything that's related to selling and sales is
Mhm.
going to be the number one trait and skill of any entrepreneur. I don't care how great your product or service is. If nobody knows about it and
Doesn't matter.
is going to sign up for it, it's worthless.
Yeah.
So, anything sales related is just going to be huge too.
Well, and that word has such a negative connotation. It has a negative. Some of the best salespeople that I know were like, "Oh, I'm not a good salesperson. I don't sell, right? Like, I don't do sales." And this woman that I worked with, her name is Rochelle. Rochelle, if you're listening, props to you. But we started doing loans back in my early 20s,
Mhm.
and she was a nurse, and she'd gone from like working in the hospital to selling. And she's like, I'm not a salesperson, but she was a caregiver, right? She was a problem solver. She had like a true amazing heart to just help people.
Mhm.
And then when she finally realized, hey, the more people I help, I'm actually making more money. So if I can help a few people, I make, X amount of dollars. But if I help a lot more people, I make even more money than that. And she was truly giving them a solution. So again, if you're selling tobacco, if you're selling alcohol, right, you're selling gambling, no offense to those people who may be watching or listening, but I don't know if you're really making people's lives better per se, but you know what I mean? There's certain products and services where you can truly say, I am helping people. And so if you
Yeah.
get to get paid for helping people, why wouldn't you want to help as many as you can?
Yeah.
And
And one
thus
of
you
the
also
things that I've
make a
learned
lot more.
recently too, man, is crazy, but like, whenever you're like, so like, for example, like education, online courses, stuff like
Mm-hmm.
that, like
Mm-hmm.
only 5 to 10% of people are actually going to take something out of that. And I've struggled with this in the past, but at the end of the day, there's 5 to 10% of people that are going to take that knowledge and they're going to run with it and they're going to change their life. So I've
Yeah.
struggled in the past, like, man, that just seems kind of crazy. You're telling me that 90% of people that are going to buy my book aren't even going to open it. 90% of people that are going to buy my course are going to spend 20 minutes in there and then they're going to get busy and they're never going to come back to it. And again, I've struggled with this, but what I've learned over the last couple weeks and months is that's just the way the world works. So if that's going to be the reason that stops you from selling and promoting it, you're not going to be able to help those 5 or 10% of people that are. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? So
Totally.
I've really struggled with that over the years because I'm like, I want everybody that buys the book to open it and find a ton of value, but I
Yeah.
can't force them to sit down and open that book up.
No.
I can't, but there will be 5 or 10% of people that are going to read it 3 times. And they're going to be like,
Absolutely.
this is amazing. So if I don't promote it and sell it to as many people as I possibly can,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to be able to help those people that do in fact want it and need it.
Another good thing to totally tag onto that. I was at a Brendan Burchard event. Love Brendan. He does an amazing job. He's got an amazing heart. But there's about 2,500, maybe even 3,000 people at this event.
That's a
Right?
massive event. Wow.
Massive event, man. The guy kills it. But he was, we're talking about social media. We're talking about following and following your following and your followers, et cetera, et cetera. And he was saying, hey, you feel like your post only reached 10 people, right? And he's like, you feel like you're failing, and this guy next to you or this woman that you're watching or following, it was 100, it was 1,000. So he had 10 people stand up and get on stage. He's like, so you mean to tell me these 10 people right here, they don't matter? Their lives completely insignificant, doesn't mean anything. What if that helped them, get out of their job? What if it helped them retire? What if it helped them save their marriage? What if it helped them get in shape, which saved their life? It's just 10 real people. So you're exactly right. You can't think about all the people that I think of it this way, man. You're given that opportunity.
Yeah,
People,
yeah.
people have the opportunity. If they don't go and finish reading it, at least they
Well,
had
it's the
the
same
chance.
it's the same with coaching real estate. Like you
Yeah.
coach, I coach, and here's the thing. I can paint the door.
Mm-hmm.
I can show you the door. We can measure the door. We can describe the door. I can walk in and out of that door 25 times, and I can grab your hand and pull you through that door in some cases. But after I painted the door and shown you the door and we've located the door, if you don't decide to walk through that door, there's nothing I can do to help you, right? No. So I agree 100% with what you're saying. You don't necessarily have to have huge reaches and huge audiences, even with the affiliate play. The bigger reach and the bigger audience, the better. Yeah. Oh, and by the way, podcasting is a great way to spread the word.
Absolutely.
Do case studies, talk about the recent deal you did, and then drop a link or a coupon code or something like that. And, but yeah, all of the above, man. Jesse, I can't agree more with what you just said. Love that.
Yeah. Yeah. It's awesome, man. I mean, you're getting it out there and you're putting a ton of great stuff out there and giving people that opportunity, and it's up to them. You can't want it more than they do, right? You can't make them want. That's one thing for me. Like, it's been tough for me as an entrepreneur. And I've been a sales guy most of my whole life, but I find something that is, a good thing and I'm positive about it and passionate about it. And I just want to share it with everybody. And, in my head, I'm like, well, why would you do that? Or why would you do that? People are different, right? And as I get older, I'm like, you know what? We shouldn't all be the same. It's good we're not all the same. And it's good everybody has all these different.
It's good that we're not all the same. It really, 100%.
It's a scary place if we were, actually.
People are going to do things different ways, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that,
Nothing at all.
So,
no,
I love it, man.
Putting the opportunities out there, which is super cool, dude. Well, I love it, man. Thank you you're dropping a lot of gold on the affiliate stuff.
My
mind's blown. Some of it's so simple too.
Most of it is.
I'm like, why don't I have that one website that has all my stuff on it?
Dude, go to Linktree. It's free.
I know.
I like ClickFunnels because I can customize the hell out of it. But maybe you already have a website. It doesn't have to be anything super crazy. There's tons of free solutions out there. Tons of them.
Absolutely.
But put together that website, put all your tools, I like to refer to them as my secret weapons. But again, it's really just my toolkit. And that's like the first question most of my students typically ask. Hey, what softwares and services are you using? And it's like, I'd be doing them a disservice not to tell them. And if they don't want to use those services, that's fine. But there's typically going to be an incentive if they go through me. They're either going to save 20 to 50% on the first month, or they're going to get free credits, or they're going to get this extra bell or whistle. And, and if they decide not to use my link and they want to go around me, that's fine too. But at least I'm helping these people at the same time.
100%, dude. I love it. Where can people find more about David Dodge? Where can people connect with you?
Instagram's a good place. DavidAllenDodge.com. My full name, DavidAllandodge. Or Beautiful. Go head on over to discountpropertyinvestor.com. That's my main website, and that's my podcast. And then I also have a coaching program that's really, really more focused in. I'm niching myself into a niche here, guys. But the BRRRR method is my passion. It gives you the ability to acquire rental properties with little to no money. And in fact, I've done about 200 of them. The average BRRRR deal we do at this point cost me $1,200 out of pocket. After 3 or 4 months, it's paid off by the cash flow. Right. Yeah. So I do have a coaching program. So if anybody's listening to this and they want to learn how to buy rentals, it could be your first rental, or maybe you already have 10 and you want to scale it to 100. We can help you with that. And that's BRRRRmethodmastery.com. That's BRRRR with 4 R's, methodmastery.com. That's right.
4 R's. Dude, and you know what? And then you start taking in some creative real estate strategies with lease options and seller financing and sub-2.
And that makes BRRRR even easier.
And then you do BRRRR and then throw on some short-term rental on the end of it. Like, I love to take all the different niches and put them together and sandwich this stuff.
Me too.
Dude, it's so fun. But yeah, you're killing it. And just to say this before we go, man, I know I said this to you a few weeks ago, but this guy right here, if you're watching or listening, I was speaking at a fellow friend.
We've known each other for probably about 5 or 6 years, man.
I know. Yeah. I was speaking. Joe McCall asked me to come down and talk a little bit about stuff for doing lease options in St. Louis. And David was in the audience, and Joe was up there talking and just dropping gold, man, dropping lots of gold nuggets all over the damn place.
Yeah, Joe's the man. I love Joe. He's awesome.
He's a great dude. But you were sitting there and you were just going to town on your computer, not ignoring him, but taking action the whole freaking time. And I'm watching other people. Some people are spacing out. Some people are taking crazy notes. Some people are just, like they look like they're listening, but they're not. And you were like sending out offers the whole freaking time. Like, this guy right here, I like this dude.
That's
Yeah.
right.
So, and that was what, 5-6 years ago?
I think it's probably about 5.5 years, man.
Yeah.
Crazy. Time
So
flies.
you've done a ton of great stuff since then, man. It's awesome.
Well, awesome. Jesse, thanks for having me, man. I know this podcast is going to be a huge success.
Oh, thanks, man.
One of the things that I love about it is just, we're just having fun.
Yeah.
I've laughed several times. The audience is going to get a kick out of this show. I'm going to be honest, man. A lot of podcasts are super dry,
right?
And they're boring. And like, sometimes I get asked. I've actually done 15 podcasts in the last 3 weeks as guests, like kind of on a blitz right now. Yeah, because I'm promoting my coaching program, Burr Method Mastery. And sometimes I'll like end a podcast and I'll be like, man, I can't believe people listen to that, but this one is not like that. You guys, you're having fun, have high energy.
Dude.
And one of the things I love too about certain podcasts is sometimes people will have a really, really scripted show.
Yeah.
Other times it'll just kind of be, like, well, here's the 3 or 4 bullets we want to hit on, but when and where we get to them is really up for it. And those are the most fun. So this has been a great, probably going on about an hour and 10 minutes at this point. This has been a great, great podcast. And I'm excited for you, man. I'm really happy that you've launched this. And at the end of the day, you're just going to be providing a ton of value to your audience. You're going to pick up students because they're going to learn more about you and what you do. And you're going to build your affiliate income by helping people and sharing wins all at the same time. So there's so many different wins. Last but not least, the reason I started my podcast about 5 years ago, I got about 307 or 8 episodes at this point.
Wow.
Is because it was a Trojan horse. So a lot of times you have to understand, like, you try to get on the phone with somebody for 30 minutes to an hour and just pick their brain. They're going to be like, no way. Or they're going to say, sure, 500 an hour, 1,000 an hour.
Yeah.
But when you can approach them and you can say, hey, I'd love to interview you and promote you and talk about you, they're like, can we do it tonight? They're all for it. So being a podcast host is a Trojan horse to getting in and networking and being able to pick people's brains for free. It's such a win-win. So I love it. I love that you're doing it now. And I can tell right now you're going to have a lot of success with this. So
dude,
great.
Thanks, man. I appreciate this so much. Those are all amazing examples and reasons of why you should do it. And, for me, I should have done this a long time ago. Joe was telling me in like 2015, he's like, you should have a podcast. I'm like, oh, what should I do it on? He's like, lease options. I'm like, well, that's your thing, man. He's like, we have more than a couple audiences out there.
Yeah,
you know what
of
I mean?
course.
Yeah. So I think it's hilarious that, again, I'm not the first guy to always jump in and take action on things that I want to and I should do. I did mortgages for a long time, and there was a number of years I'm like, I don't really love it, but I kept doing it, because I was kind of scared to lose that security. And then I was doing real estate on the side, and my real estate started crushing what I was doing with my security thing.
Yeah, you got to take calculated risks, man.
You got to do it. And I wanted to do this a long time ago. So, hey, you know what? It's not 2012. Awesome. We're not listening to Dido, but hey, let's get it rolling. So
I love it.
Dude,
all right, Jesse.
Thanks
for having me, brother. Appreciate you, man.
Thanks for being here, brother. Appreciate it.